ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Okay, good morning. So we discussed about grouping of cells, series combination and parallel combination. We discussed about series and parallel combination. When the series combination is required, so large EMF is required, then we can prefer series combination. When we can use parallel combination, if large current is required, large amount of current is required, then we can prefer parallel combination of cells. Then mixed grouping of cells, mixed grouping of cells. So here so it is mixed grouping. What is mixed grouping? Mixed grouping means combination of series and parallel combination. Combination of series and parallel combination. See here. So here n cells are connected in series. Mixed grouping in the sense the combination of series and parallel combined. So that is here first consider n cells are connected in series. N cells are connected in series. N cells are connected in series in m rows. So that is the situation. In series combination, how many number of cells? N cells. See here. So see this. This is one cell, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Like this, n cells. So next, 1 cell, 2 cell, 3, 4, 5 and so on, like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, like. So like this. So all this is connected to the external resistance like this. So this is first row, second row, third row, like that. How many number of rows here? I am considering m rows, m rows. So here n cells are connected in series, n cells are connected in series in m rows. So in each row there exists n cells of equal EMF E. In each row, let us say n cells, each of equal EMF, n cells of equal EMF E. So EMF of the first cell is E, all are having the EMF E. So how many rows we have? M rows. The number of rows connected are m rows. So that is in series effective EMF. So NE. If n cells are connected in series here, n cells are connected in series, what is the effective EMF here? NE. Because in series combination total EMF is nothing but E1 plus E2 plus E3 and so on, like that. So here we are connecting how many cells? N cells. That's why effective EMF is equals to NE. Effective EMF is equals to NE. So effective internal resistance. So that is equals to NR. So each cell having the internal resistance small r, each and every cell having the internal resistance small r. So that is small r like that. How many cells we have? N cells. So r plus r plus r plus r and so on n, that is equals to NR. That is equals to NR. That is effective internal resistance is equals to NR. This is in series combination. In one row, for a first row, So if I am considering here, let us say the 1, 2, 3 and so on. So let us say m rows are there. Of course, for our convenience, we are considering I am only 3 rows, but here the consideration is m rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on like that. In the first row I am considering. So this condition or this situation in the first row. In the first row, how many cells we have? N cells. Each of EMF is E. Each of EMF is equals to E. Then effective EMF is equals to NE. Because in series combination, total potential is equals to sum of individual potentials. In the same way, total effective EMF is equals to NE. So effective internal resistance is equals to NR, because if number of resistances are connected in series, effective resistance is NR. That's why effective internal resistance is equals to NR. So this is the situation right now. So how many rows here we have? So like this, m rows. So if m rows are in parallel combination, if m rows are parallel, so all these are parallel. In parallel combination, effective EMF does not changes. Whatever is the EMF in the first row, say parallel combination, what is the quantity remains constant, potential remains constant. So that's why in m rows, effective EMF is equals to NE only, there is no change in that. Whatever is the number of rows here, the effective EMF is equals to NE, because in parallel combination, what is the effective EMF in the first row? NE, second row NE, third row NE and so on m, another rows. So all rows, here it is NE, NE, NE like that. There are m rows here. So whatever it may be the number of rows, all those are in parallel. All those are in parallel. That's why effective EMF is equals to NE. Then effective internal resistance. Effective internal resistance. So that is equals to, so what is the effective resistance in the first row? NR. Effective resistance in the second row? NR. Effective resistance in the third row? NR. So in each and every row, the effective internal resistance is equals to NR in each and every row. So that means how many number of rows here? M rows. So for example, 3 equal resistances are connected in parallel. What is effective resistance? R by 3. If n resistances are connected in parallel, effective resistance is R by n. In the same way, for example, if 4 equal resistances are connected in parallel, what is effective resistance? R by 4. Effective resistance is R by 4. In the same way, how many resistances here? 1, 2, 3 and so on. How many? M resistances are connected in parallel. What is the resistance of each? Resistance is NR. So here this is first row NR, next NR and so on. How many rows? M rows. M rows are in parallel. Effective resistance is, actually it is R by M. M resistors of equal resistance are connected in parallel. What is effective resistance? R by M. Simply it is R by M. But what is the resistance of each one? NR. That is equals to NR by M. Effective internal resistance is equals to NR by M. So this is the effective EMF and effective resistance in case of mixed grouping of cells. See here. Each row n cells of equal EMF. So in a single row, effective EMF is equals to NE. Effective internal resistance is equals to NR. In a single row. How many rows we have? M rows. Those are in parallel. In parallel combination, EMF remains same, that is NE. But in parallel combination, effective internal resistance NR by M. Effective internal resistance is equals to NR by M. That is the situation. So now in this situation, how can we calculate the current? Effective internal resistance and effective EMF, all we got. So if all the cells are connected in grouping, what is the total EMF of the combination? NE. Total resistance of the combination? NR by M. So now what is the current passes through the circuit? Current I is equals to, what is the current formula? Total EMF by total resistance. Current formula is total EMF divided by total resistance. Then I is equals to total EMF NE, total resistance, capital R plus NR by M. Capital R plus NR by M. So this is the total current passes through the circuit. Generally, the total current of the current passes through the system can be written as NE divided by capital R plus NR by M, capital R plus NR by M. So now here this can be simplified like this: I is equals to NE divided by LCM, MR plus NR divided by M. M is the LCM here. Then I is equals to MNE by MR plus NR. MNE by MR plus NR. So this is the situation. This is the total current passes through the mixed grouping of the cells. What is M here? Number of rows. Number of rows. What is N? Number of cells in each row. What is N here? Number of cells in each row. So that is the situation. That is a mixed grouping of the cells. Mixed grouping of the cells. So this is the total current. When the current is maximum, here, so in this situation, when the current is maximum, how can we calculate this? Here, if external resistance is equal to total internal resistance, then the current in mixed grouping of cells, is maximum. So that is the situation. When the current is maximum in case of mixed grouping of cells, when the situation happens here, if the total internal resistance is equal to the external resistance, what is the total internal resistance here? NR by M. This is the total internal resistance. So the condition is if capital R is equals to N into small r by M, capital R is equals to N into small r by M. In this situation, the current is maximum. So therefore, I can be written as NE divided by capital R from this relation. So from this relation I am calculating. In place of NR by M, we can substitute R. So NE by 2R. NE by 2R. So that is the maximum current. If the total external resistance is equal to the total internal resistance, then the current passes through the mixed grouping of cells is maximum. So the condition is, this is the external resistance that must be equal to the internal resistance. This is external resistance and it is internal resistance. So that's why in place of NR by M, I am substituting R. So that is NE by 2R. I is equals to NE divided by, in place of R we can substitute NR by M plus nr by m. So that is equals to mne by 2nr. So me by 2r. In place of external resistance, we can substitute nr by m. nr by m plus nr by m, 2nr by m. That m come to the numerator. So mne by 2nr, nn gets cancelled. That is me by 2r. So this is the maximum possible current in case of mixed grouping of cells. If you know the number of cells in each row, then we can substitute Ne by 2R, or if you know the number of rows, that is Me by 2R. So that is the situation. This is the mixed grouping of the cells. So let us do some example based on this. Example, let us see here. So this is the situation. This is the point A and it's the point B. How can you find out the effective potential between A and B? How can we find out the effective potential between A and B? So let us say it is EMF 2 volts, internal resistance 1 ohm, and this is 4 volts, internal resistance 1 ohm, and let us say it is 3 volts, internal resistance 1 ohm. Here this is the cell of EMF 2 volts and internal resistance is 1. And it is a cell of 4 volts, internal resistance is 1, and this is the cell of 3 volts, internal resistance is 1. Then how can we calculate the effective potential between A and B? So here first, effective EMF in this situation, 2 volts and 4 volts, 2 volts and 4 volts are in parallel. These two are in parallel, but this is wrongly connected here. Here 2 volts and 4 volts are in parallel. 2 volts and 4 volts are in parallel combination, but 4 volt cell is wrongly connected. Four-volt cell is wrongly connected. Then how can you do this? So see here, if two cells are in parallel combination, having different EMFs. So for example, this is 2 parallel combination, effective EMF is 2 only, but here 2 are not equal. 2 cells are in parallel combination but having different EMFs. Then E effective in parallel combination is equals to, we derived one formula, that is E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Once check this. In parallel combination, at the starting point of parallel combination, we discussed about this. E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So now here these 2 comma 4. So E effective is equals to, E1 is 2, R1 is 1, but minus 4 by 1 divided by 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1. Why it is minus 4? So this is 2 volts and it is 4 volts. So E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Then what is the effective here? Minus. Why I am writing minus 4 here? Because 4 volts is wrongly connected, oppositely connected. So that's why it is here we must consider 4 volt is minus. See here, if this positive terminal and this positive terminal are connected, then that is the parallel combination. That is correct way of connection. But see here, this 4 volts is oppositely placed. 4 volt cell is oppositely placed. That's why that is not correct. So that's why I am writing minus 4. So that is 2 minus 4 divided by 2 minus 2 by 2, that is equals to minus 1. That is equals to minus 1. Now the situation is this is A and this is B. This is 1 and this is 3. This is 1. This 4 is more compared to that's here minus 1. Minus 1 in the sense, here we are considering 4 is negative and finally we got the answer is minus 1. So the connection will be like this only. So now here E effective in this situation is minus 1 plus 3, that is 2 volts. Minus 1 plus 3, or if two cells are connected in like this, wrongly connected, effective EMF is equals to, we know, E1 minus E2. So 3 minus 1, so 2 volts. Of course here minus 1 we got, minus of minus plus 1, not possible. Because of wrongly connection it is minus 1. Again why don't you take minus 1 here? So because of wrongly connection it is minus 1. Because of wrongly connection it is minus 1. But while calculating the formula, general formula is E1 minus E2. So E2 value is 1 only here. Why it is minus? Due to wrongly connection. Why it is E1 minus E2 is due to wrongly connection, it is E1 minus E2. In place of E2 we have to consider only 1, don't take minus 1. If it is take minus 1 again it becomes plus. So that will be wrong. So that is the situation. So this is, here 4 is more than 2, that's why we got minus 1. That's why the effective of these two is wrongly connection. The effective of these two is wrongly connection with respect to this one. With respect to this one it is wrongly connection. So that's why effective EMF is equals to E1 minus E2, let us say 3 minus 1, 2. So that is the answer. Next. Let's do some example problems in your material. Current electricity 91. So page number 117, one example problem here. Two cells A and B with same EMF 2 volts each and with internal resistances RA 3.5 and RB 0.5 are connected in series with an external resistance 3. With an external resistance 3, find the terminal voltage across the two cells. So let us say this is one cell and this is another cell. Two cells A and B are connected with the external resistance like this. These two are connected in series. So this is 2 volts it is also 2 volts. Here the resistance is 3.5 ohms, internal resistance, and this is 0.5 ohms, 0.5 ohms, and external resistance is 3. External resistance is 3 ohms. This is the given question. Find the terminal voltage across the two cells. Now we have to find out terminal voltage across first one. Let us say it is cell A and it is cell B. Now we have to find out the terminal voltage across A and terminal voltage across B. So first, terminal voltage V is equals to formula E minus IR. Terminal voltage V is equals to, what is the formula? V is equals to E minus IR. That is the formula. So now for that purpose, we know the value of E and we have to find out current here. So current formula, total EMF divided by total resistance. Total EMF divided by total resistance. What is the total EMF? 2 volts, 2 volts. These are connected order, not in the reverse order. There is no wrongly connection. So these two are connected in series, that is order. So that is 2 plus 2 divided by total resistance. This is 3.5 plus 0.5 plus 3. This is 3.5, this is 0.5 plus 3. So that is 4 divided by, how much it is? 7. 4 divided by 7. That is the total current passes through the circuit. 2 plus 2 divided by 3.5 plus 0.5, 4 plus 3, 7, 4 by 7. That is the total current. Next here, first we can calculate. So terminal potential across A. So VA is equals to EA minus I into RA. V is equals to E minus IR. That's why EA minus I into RA. What is EA? 2. I we got 4 by 7. Internal resistance is, so 3.5 we got. So 2 minus 4 into 7, 0.5. So 2 minus 4.5, 4 into 2, that is equals to 0. The terminal potential across the first cell is equals to 0. Next, across B, then VB is equals to E minus I into RB. 2 minus 4 by 7 into RB is 0.5. So 2 minus 2 by 7, 12 by 7. So that is terminal potential across B. This is terminal potential across A and terminal potential across B. So terminal potential formula V is equals to E minus IR. So terminal potential across B, that is equals to E minus IR. So that is the, first we have to calculate the total current, total EMF by total resistance, like that. Next. So next one more question, one more example. See here. This is the question. So the calculate the magnitude and direction of the current. Magnitude and direction of the current. That's we have to calculate. So this is the point A, and this is the point A, and this is the point B. That is the given situation. So how can we calculate the question is find the magnitude and direction of current. Magnitude and direction of current. Generally, what is the direction of the current? General perception. What is the direction of the current? The direction of the current is always from high potential to low potential. The direction of the current is always from high potential to low potential. No doubt about that. So what is the high potential here? 10 volts. Low potential is 5 volts. All from this side, from A to B through E. That is the situation. So first current I is equals to general formula total EMF by total resistance. Total EMF by total resistance. Total EMF. So I am considering this 10 is positive, then 5 is negative because these two are wrongly connected. These two are wrongly connected. Here I am considering 10 is positive, then 5 is negative. Total resistance 2 plus 2 plus 1. These two are the internal resistances. Internal resistances. So that is 5 by 5, that is equals to 1 ampere. The magnitude of the current is 1 ampere, but what is the direction? Direction of the current is always from high potential to low potential. Direction of the current is always from high potential to low potential. That means 10 volts to 5 volts. No doubt about the 10 volts to 5 volts. So that is, so the direction of the current here, the direction of the current is from A to B through E. So the middle, the E point is there. So the direction of the current is from A to B through E. So here this is the direction of the current. Like this. High potential to low potential. A to B through E. A to B through E. That is the situation. Next. Next, one more question. So one more question we can do here. When a current drawn from the battery, is 0.5, its terminal potential difference is 20, and when the current drawn from it is 2 amperes, the terminal potential reduces to 16 volts. Find out the EMF and internal resistance. So question is current drawn from battery or cell. Current drawn from the battery. In this situation, we know V is equals to E minus IR. V is equals to, if the current drawn from the battery, then V is equals to E minus IR. If the current supplied, that means if the cell is charging, then V is equals to E plus IR. How it will be? How it is? So remember this, at the time of Kirchhoff's second law, we can discuss about this. Why it is V equals to E minus IR, why it is V is equals to E plus IR, at that time I will explain that. So remember that. So current drawn from the battery, then V is equals to E minus IR, no doubt about that. In the first situation, First condition, if 0.5 amperes of current drawn, then terminal potential is V. So, E minus 0.5 into R. If 0.5 amperes of current drawn, then terminal potential is 20 volts. So, second situation, if current drawn must be 2 amperes, if the current drawn is 2 amperes, then the terminal potential becomes 16 volts. So, two equations, two unknowns, minus minus plus, let us say, E gets cancelled, 4 is equals to 2 minus 1.5 R, 2 is equals to 1.5 R. So, with plus 2 minus 0.5, that is R is equals to 4 by 1.5, that is 40 by 15, 15 2s are 30, 2.66 like that, 2.66 ohms, that is the internal resistance, 2.6. Then 16 is equals to E minus 2 into 2.66 like that. Then E is equals to 16 plus 2 into 2.66, that is equals to 16 plus 21.32, that is the EMF. So, that is, this is the way. First time, if the current drawn from the circuit, if the first time the current drawn from the circuit, the potential difference is 20, current drawn is 0.5. In the second case from the same cell, in the second case from the same cell, if the current drawn is if the current drawn is 2 amperes, terminal potential becomes 16. Then find out internal resistance and EMF. This is the situation. So, based on this, you can do the problems from cells. You can do the problems from cells completely. So, cells, combination of cells is completed. Next, we are going to the topic heating effects of current. Heating effects of current. That means what? Heating effects of current. When the current passes through the wires, what happens? So, the wire is having certain amount of resistance, due to that resistance the flow of current reduce, what is the meaning of the resistance? Resistance opposes the flow of current, still the current passes through the, we discussed already, if the resistances are connected in series, if two resistances are connected in series, definitely current passes through the circuit. If two resistances are connected to the external circuit, a battery, definitely current passes through the circuit. So, that means of course, the resistance is there, current must be passes through the circuit, but what is the role of resistance? Opposes the motion of the resistance. What is the role of resistance is opposes the motion of current, still the current passes through the resistor. Due to that certain amount of heat energy must be developed due to the flow of current through the resistance. Of course, current flowing through the circuit, but resistance opposes the motion. Current flowing, resistance opposes. Current flowing, resistance opposes. Due to that, what happens? So, to oppose that resistance, certain amount of work must be required. That certain amount of external work that must be converted. External work done to cross the resistance. That external work done, some of the external work done converts into heat energy. So, that means electrical energy converts into heat energy based on law of conservation of energy. One form of energy converts into another form. That means if the electric current passes through the circuit, heat energy developed. Where this heat energy comes from? Electrical energy converts into heat energy. So that is the concept here. When the current passes through the circuit, see here. So let us so for example, let us say potential difference is V here. Potential difference is V. If certain charge dq, if certain charge dq is passing through the circuit, what is the work done required? The work done required. So dW is equals to V dq. It's right or wrong? dW is equals to V dq. If a small amount of charge, if the small amount of charge passes through the circuit, what is the amount of work done required? Work done is equals to V dq. That is the definition of electrical potential. Electrical potential. What is the definition of potential? Amount of work done required. Amount of work done required to bring unit positive charge from infinity to certain position in the electric field. Work done required to bring the charge from infinity to certain position in the electric field. That is the electric potential definition. So based on that we can write dW is equals to V dq. What is the definition of EMF? Amount of work done required to drive the charge. Amount of work done required to drive the charge throughout the circuit. That is also work done. So that work done is equals to V dq. Based on EMF definition, let us consider EMF definition. EMF in the sense electromotive force, that is not the force. So work done, amount of work done required to drive the charge, work done to drive the charge, dW is equals to V dq. So but we know due to the flow of charge, current must be generated. So flow of charge is nothing but current developed. So that is dq is equals to I dt. So therefore dW is equals to V dq. So from this dW is equals to V I dt. This is the small amount of work done required to drive the small amount of charge. What is the total work done required? Total work done, W is equals to integral of dW, integral of Vi dt. So dW is equals to Vi integral of d. So W is equals to VIT. Integral of dt is t. So this work done converts into this work done converts into heat energy. W is equals to VIT. So this is the heating effect of current. Let us say this work done converts into heat energy. In thermodynamics, we consider generally heat energy is denoted with Q. That's why here also maybe Q, maybe H, whatever it is. So Q is well known for us. That's why Q is equals to VIT. That electrical energy converts into heat energy. Electrical energy converts into heat energy. Q is equals to VIT. So from this V can be written as IR into IT. So that is I square RT. Q is equals to I square RT, or Q is equals to V into I can be written as V by R into T. Therefore Q is equals to V square by R into T. Q is equals to V square by R into T. Different forms of heat. Q is equals to VIT, Q is equals to I square RT, Q is equals to V square by R into T. So this is the heat energy. What is this work done? This is the work done to drive the charge throughout the circuit. That work done. Some part of the work done converts into heat energy. So what is that work done converts into heat energy? That is VIT. What is the T? Time taken to time of travel. How much time the current is passes through the circuit. So that is VIT. T is the time. So here Q is equals to VIT, but V can be written as, according to Ohm's law, V is equals to IR, so that is I square RT, and Q is equals to V square by RT. This is the difference. This is also called as Joule heating effect or Joule's law. Heating effect of current, this is also called as Joule heating effect or Joule's law. Here we can write Q is equals to I square RT. Q is equals to I square RT. From this we can write heat energy produced is directly proportional to square of the current passes through the circuit. Amount of heat energy produced is directly proportional to square of the current passes through the circuit, and heat energy directly proportional to resistance. Heat energy directly, if the resistance is more amount of heat energy produced. If the resistance is less amount of heat energy is produced. So that is Q proportional to R, and it is Q proportional to T. If the time of flow of current is more amount of heat energy produced. If the time is less heat energy produced. So that is Q is equals to I square RT, Q proportional to I square, Q proportional to R, and Q proportional to T. This is the Joule heating effect. So when this heat energy produced due to the flow of current through the circuit, due to the external resistance, certain amount of energy must be wasted to overcome that resistance. That energy converts into heat energy. So how that heat energy? Based on this we derive this. This is Joule heating effect.